Sup everyone, this is Draco Evolve. Burnley 0, Manchester United 2 is the match final score, and this is the match review. Brandon Williams, one word or two words, Brandon Williams. Smash a like button if you feel Brandon Williams was the man of the match. How immense was that kid? He was running the show from left back. He was literally driving the team forward, running back, tackling, not afraid to get stuck in. Had a pass, had visions. Couple of the balls he played over the top was a through ball to Marshall. Obviously he was offside. He was immense. He was everywhere. He did not set a foot wrong, in my opinion. I mean, he played like a mature player. You know, we're looking at an 18-year-old kid here who can be a very, very long-term future on the left back, who can be a star going forward. If he works on his, obviously a bit more on the final third, I think he'll be an absolute monster for us. And what, you know, credit to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for bringing him through and giving him the game time, giving him the, you know, the confidence. But anyway, let's talk about the team itself. So this was the lineup. I was predicting Lindelof not to play today, instead Tuanzebe to play, but I think Tuanzebe was injured. There was a doubt in him, but I thought he might just start. The biggest surprise is, no, it's not Matic playing in the field. Biggest surprise was the fact that Paul Pogba was not even included in the squad. It is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did confirm that it is more of a precaution. I don't know how much I'll buy that, but this is the lineup. Ashley Young and Brandon Williams had a very good game on the fullback positions. You had Maguire and Lindelof partnering. Fred and Matic. Now we'll talk about a bit around Matic. Matic was very assured, very solid. Certain level of calmness in him. Yes, he's still a bit slow, but playing against Burnley, who's played a low block, they barely got a shot on target. And in the first half, at least, they were so defensively parked up. And up front, you had Andres Pereira, James, Rashford, and Martial. Now, the first goal came from Pereira's Hastings. I think he's very good at pressing. We expect him to play more of a creative outlet, but unfortunately, I don't think he's that type of player. I don't think he's capable of being that type of player. But what he does have is pressing. He pressed the left back and he sensed danger. That was the main thing. He sensed danger after pressing him. And the best part of that move is from the right wing. As soon as he won the ball, he didn't take a touch, because I felt if he'd taken a touch, he might have not been able to play that through ball to Marshall, who was running in through the centre. He immediately played the first time ball. Now, that's very important. I think we don't do enough of that. I think if we play first time balls, I think we're going to open up teams really, really fast. He done exactly that. As soon as he played the first time ball, the centre-backs had no chance, and Marshall was in, and what a calmly slotted goal by Marshall. But in terms of the back four, apart from Williams, who's hands down man of the match, you know, spoiler alert, he's hands down man of the match. Fred and Matic had a solid game. Fred, I think he looked good. What worries me on Fred now is he's played 2 back-to-back games in less than 48 hours or so. How tired is he? I think he deserves a bit of a break. He's played a lot of games, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Pogba is back as well, because I know McTominay could be out potentially for a long time. Up front, Rashford, I think he did a lot. He did score right at the end. That's when Burnley pushed right forward, and we just hit them on the break. It was perfect game for us in the end. I have to admit, towards the end, I was feeling a bit nervous. You know, I've seen too many games this season where we conceded goals right at the end. Sheffield United being one, but they pushed everyone forward, and it's simply just from a corner kick, James just ran and played a through ball straight into Rashford, and he's probably one of those scrappy goals that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says that he wants from him a lot more. You know, it doesn't have to be a wonder goal, it doesn't have to be a 20, 30, 40 yard strike. Sometimes you just want to scrap it in. Yes, he was through on goal. He got tackled a little bit, but he just was sliding down and just knocked the ball into the net, making it 2-0 right at the end, which was game, set and match. In terms of Martial had a chance in the second half. Late in the second half, he was through 1-on-1 again, but he didn't shoot. Surprisingly, he didn't shoot. Instead, he kind of held the ball back and looked for Lingard's run. Now, I know, we all know, Lingard hasn't scored a goal this whole 2019. If he was going to score, it will be today. Otherwise, he's going to go through the whole of 2019 officially not getting a goal. I think that probably Martial trying to help out his mate, probably he stopped and played that square ball to Lingard, who got tackled anyway. I mean, it wasn't the greatest of balls. I think playing it slightly a yard or two in front of him, allowing Lingard to smash it in rather than, you know, be slightly on him or behind him, you know, trying to control it. It didn't work out. But that's it, guys. Lingard has not officially scored a goal this year. Most important thing is, apart from Brandon Williams' performance, is the fact that we kept a clean sheet. We did not keep a clean sheet since the game in Leicester. I believe that's 14 games ago almost. So to keep a clean sheet is great. I think our back line is far stronger than an attacking line, and the fact that we haven't kept as many clean sheets as we should have is a bit of a worry. But I'm glad that we got a clean sheet. I mean, let's face it, Burnley never even really attacked. The last 5 minutes or so, they were at it, but they had no choice. They just played a lot of low block. They played like 5 across the defense in the first half. I'm glad that they've considered a goal, because if they didn't, I think it would have been a long night, because they were happy to sit back. They didn't register a shot on target. I don't even recall them having a very good chance on goal. Anyways, but this is my thoughts on the match. Make sure you smash a like button if you think Brandon Williams was the man of the match. Let's have a look at some of the stats. So you can see we won the game with possession, with a lot of possession, which is a rarity for us. There was a lot more shooting going on, which is good. Sometimes we don't even get that. On target was 5. Obviously 2 of them were goals, and you can see it was a, how do I describe the game? It wasn't the best of games to watch. It was a very scrappy game, but nowhere near some of the United games I watched previously. I think we were patient. We were moving the ball faster. Definitely was moving the ball faster. We were dominant, but not dominant in the sense that we controlled the ball. I don't think we did control the ball. We just had a lot of passes. But a couple of things I noticed in this game is that Fred was playing a lot more forward, and as soon as he got the ball, he turned and the other way. He didn't turn towards United goal. He had his back to goal, but he turned opposite way, which is good to see. That's what you want to see from midfielders. Get the ball, receive the ball, and turn immediately, so that you have the vision of the attackers. You can either make a run for it, or you can play a through ball. And it's also a bravery, you can say, you know, because you don't know who's coming running behind you. You know, to turn and get a hit on the face or something, I don't know, it could be dangerous. But I was glad to see Fred do that a lot. I was glad with Andres Pereira's energy, and I was ecstatic with Brandon Williams's performance. Let's have a look at the table now. Now we are just 1 point behind top 4. Wow, I haven't said that in God knows when. I mean, obviously Wolves got a game in hand and Chelsea's got a game in hand, but you know, game in hand means game in hand. They gotta win the game. We put the pressure on these guys. We put the pressure on Chelsea. Chelsea have to win the next game, otherwise we're just 1 point behind them. We got a superior goal difference, so even if we draw and they whatever, even if we level on points, we'll be above them. But mind you, we are just 1 point behind, and that is extremely important, I reckon. Not in terms of just getting into the Champions League, but also keeping some of our players. I think Pogba's mind will probably change if we're in the Champions League. You got big players like Rashford, Martial, who look and De Gea, who look and say, you know what, we're in the Champions League. Let's stay, you know, let's build a team, rather than having to getting them frustrated. You look at transfers across Europe, it'll make it certainly easy for us to be able to attract players, giving them the chance to play in the Champions League, which all top players want. It's an absolute fact. Back-to-back wins against bottom half of the teams, which is also a rarity for us. I think we play well against the top 6, because obviously the top 6, whoever they play, they attack us, and we are set up for this counter-attack, and we do that with devastating effect, especially with the pace we got. However, teams with the low block we struggled against a lot. We lost a lot of points across the whole season because of that. But the last 2 games wasn't a welcome addition. Was brought a lot of smile to my face, because yes, Newcastle, we looked a bit nervous, but as soon as we got the goal, we were on it. We were just dominant, and that's what I want to see more from United, dominating and getting goals against the lower half of the table. You know, it's all good and fun if we're winning against the top 6, you know, the likes of Tottenham, Man City, etc, etc. Leicester, Liverpool took points off. But if you're losing 5 or 6 games on the from the teams that you're expected to beat, it is a worry and it is frustrating. But this is how the table looks, guys. You know, I got a few questions. Were you guys happy with the performance today, or were you guys just glad that we got the win? And we now have a few days rest before we play the big game against Arsenal, so we can pile a lot of misery on them. They're already languishing at 12th, which is always nice to see. But I will be bringing you the match preview of that over the coming week. Also, make sure you smash the like button if you feel Brandon Williams is the man of the match, or just let me know in the comments below as to who is your man of the match and why. Very good Saturday. It's been a long time. You know, I was so happy in a week with the United few results, that is. You know, there were times where I was happy. I'm sure it's the same with you guys, where I was happy with one result and a couple of days later we lose and it's just dejected. But it's always good to get results and solid performances and points on the board, because this is so important the next week or two. We got a lot of games coming up. It's always nice to rotate squads and to be able to take 6 points out of 6 in a space of 48 hours. It changed our season. You can see the season's totally changed now. We're 1 point behind Chelsea. We're 1 point behind Chelsea and the all important Champions League spot. And who knows, from there, if we can go on a run of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in the Premier League on a winning run, we could be looking at 3rd place, given the fact that how Man City are doing at the moment. But that's just far ahead. Let's take it one step at a time. Let's get Chelsea first and solidify that top 4. Get a bit of a gap between 4 and 5, because at the moment Tottenham, Wolves, Sheffield, they're only a few points behind us, and if we drop a point and they win, they go above us. So let's take it easy, guys. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you so much, guys, for joining into my YouTube video. I hope to see you guys and speak to you guys soon, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend and stay firefighty.